What's up? We have a Jimmy printer. We see a foggy, slightly horror movie-ish moving 3D printer head.
Yes, it's the printer that ate New York and then came back for Jersey.
Is that what it is? And yet it lives in Florida. How's that possible?
It's got a long tongue.
Oh, okay. The filament roll is stretched out over the whole East Coast.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. So what's everyone doing? Everyone having fun? Who's all here? We have me and you and Mr. Buttram and Vince. I think that's it so far. It says we have 6 people watching, but I think it's full of crap.
Yeah, printing away. I got a $100 job in yesterday.
So anyways, I was going to go outside and play and can't, so I'm going to stay inside and play. It's kind of chilly. My clothes are cold.
Yeah, it looks like the weather's turning colder.
Yeah, much colder. We're going to get snow on Saturday. And, I may even get snow. At first, they were saying it was only to be in the northern hills. And I was watching it this morning, and they're showing the snow band, reaching right out into Long Island. I was like, oh, crap. I don't want freaking snow.
Yeah, but it'll melt fast.
Yeah, the problem is it'll be heavy and wet, and all the trees now have leaves on them.
Oh, branches everywhere.
Yeah, power lines down everywhere. There will be a massive power line outage if it starts accumulating. I mean, I doubt it's going to accumulate, because at least not in this general area, because it's just everything is too warm. The ground's too warm. The air's too warm. The water is too warm. What is the temperature of the sound right now?
Got to be in the low 40s.
Oh, I think it's higher than that. Let's share. Let's do some sharing. Is in sound water temps.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's warm. We've had a wicked warm winter. Yeah, so at 52 degrees with the sound, I'm not going to see any snow here. I mean, it may actually come out of the sky, but it shouldn't stick to anything.
And the wind will be coming out of the southwest, so it'll be blowing that warm air right over you.
Yeah, but the southwest right now is actually colder. Where it's coming from is colder than us.
But that wind got to come right across that warm water.
No, well, yeah. I mean, the water's right here. My ground temperature is based on the sound temperature, because it's literally less than, it's right here. Yeah. I'm surrounded by it in all reality. Polymaker. Oh, Jesus. I don't care about your... I'm so tired of everyone telling me about what they're doing because of the coronavirus. It's like, I don't care what you're doing. Just leave me alone.
Send my stuff.
Yeah. Send my crap. Stop telling me about your response team for something that really doesn't matter. Let's see. That one can go away. I still want to know why that frickin' thing wouldn't work yesterday.
Oh, I thought you had got it to work.
I did, but why it didn't initially? Because I went through everything that I could find, and there's no setting, and it's only when I turned it on. If the printer was plugged in, it wouldn't finish starting up.
You want to torture yourself this morning?
No, not going to play with it. I'm just curious. But I mean, I went on Repeater, or whatever they call it. Actually, I think it's Repetier, whatever. That's the closest I'm going to get to pronouncing it correctly. everyone there was like, "Oh, it's hardware. It's hardware. It's hardware. There's something wrong with your printer." I'm like, "No, Octoprint. It starts up fine. That kind of avoids the whole hardware thing." Oh, well, it's different and it doesn't draw as much with Octoprint. No, Octoprint actually draws more. So I took the SD card out of that and put it in, which has Repetier on it, or Repetier, or whatever you want to call it. And I put it on there. It fired right up without a problem. So it had nothing to do with hardware. It was definitely something with the operating system. And then they're like, well, it's just the SD card. So it's like, all right. And I cloned this card and put it on that card, and it worked. So it's not the card. I mean, it was, I'm almost guaranteeing it's something I did. I just couldn't figure out what the hell it was that I did. Which is, normal. I always do crap that nobody else can figure out what the hell I did. Well, I don't like doing that because I'm just smart enough to be dangerous with that crap.
So you're going to make a new box today? New brain box?
Yeah. I already started the other day. That's what the picture is of.
You're going to put a pie mount?
Finish it up.
You're going to put a pie mount and a fan and all the fancy stuff?
Yep. The other one actually had a fan on it. It's got a fan cut, but I got the screen wires running through it. I never put the fan on it because I never put a cover on it. So it's never needed it. Almost all of these processors, people don't realize, if you put the heat sinks on them and you leave them in open air, they don't need fans. The fans to empty the air out of the box because the heat builds up in the box. There is no box. There is no buildup of heat. Within reason. They will overheat if you leave them in the sun, but if they're set, especially if you set them standing up where, heat travels up. So as it heats up, the air automatically, naturally just flows over it.
Convection.
Yep.
That was a pretty cute little printer Angus had there yesterday.
Yeah, that was kind of neat. I only watched like the first, half hour of it. When he actually got it printing, I was amazed. That thing is they obviously used the M3D Micros base case. There's a lot of changes in it, but the base idea, case, cube, it's almost exactly an M3D Micro. It's definitely an improvement on the M3D Micro. I didn't watch the whole thing. Did he actually get a print out of it? It seemed to be printing fine when I left watching it.
Yeah, I didn't watch the end. I jumped over to work hockey screens.
Yeah, well, that's what I did too. Yeah, then I started drinking.
Yes, you were whining last night.
I was whiny. I can't believe I drank that whole thing and I feel as good as I did. There's literally like nothing left in the bottle. I know you're just on the mini screen, but you can see that. That's all that's left. I drank the whole thing myself. I went to bed last night. I'm like, wow, I drank a lot of wine. Got up this morning. I'm like, wow, I don't even have a hangover. I don't feel 100% though. I will say I am definitely feeling the side effects of drinking a little too much last night. And I didn't even get that crazy. Usually I get a little extra goofy when I start drinking.
Yeah, it looks like the wine mellowed you out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think toward the end I was getting more and more mellow. I was more hyper in the beginning than I was at the end.
You were kicking back, had your feet up on the desk.
I do that anyways. Okay, what else do I got to add to this thing?
Where's the pie mount?
It'll be on the lid right here.
Okay.
When I get that far. I'm not even worried about that right yet. I just want to get the board made up. Because the biggest thing now is I have, with the box I have it in now, I just slapped it in there. I just made a box and put some vents in it and cut some holes in it for these things for the wires to come in. But I didn't leave access to my SD card and the USB access. Which, I made the box big enough so I can get them in there, but it's a pain in the butt. Otherwise, I just keep the box. There's really nothing wrong with it. It's just I can't get to the USB card and the USB plug and the SD card.
Put some vents in the top. Put some vents in the top.
I will. I put them underneath the Pi when I set the Pi mount up, so it draws air over the Pi as it pulls it in. This is really the only place right here at the processor and behind the drivers. If you keep those cool, everything else will, convect out through the board. Those are your two hot spots from what I understand.
And the MOSFETs a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think of those. Maybe I'll put some vents. I almost think this is too big right here. I should probably make this smaller because it's going to overdraw here and not draw air out of here from the fan. And actually, I think in the lid, I'm going to put inside the lid here, right where the stepper drivers are. I'm actually thinking I'm going to put like a channel in it, then put the fan right here above the drivers. And that way, it's got like an airflow right over the. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not directly vacuuming in front of it, it gives it a kind of a channel.
It'll draw out through the channel.
Yeah, well, the channel will direct the airflow. It's not really going to restrict it. It'll still pull from the sides and everything. It'll just have a direction. It'll direct it. Hopefully. That's my concept. I have no aero / fluid / any kind of dynamic knowledge other than, okay, I read this might work. I have no actual education in there. Oh, I got to put the fan port in there, which I can't do because I moved it over here, didn't I? And yeah, so I really can't do that because the fan's going to go right here and it's kind of offset from, which is kind of annoying. I got to figure out a different way to do that now that I think about it. Because the biggest problem are the stupid frickin' ribbon cables right here. I don't know if you guys can actually see that, but the ribbon cables plug in right here at the LCD, and then they go along the top of the box and come out this slot, which is fine. The problem is they're big and flat and obnoxious, and they don't fold easy, and it's just obnoxious. And if you put the fan right here at the top, they end up blocking it. There's just no way around it. You can't get them to go neat. I hate ribbon cables. Ribbon cables are obnoxious. I really wish. Actually, I think someone does make a regular cable bundle style ribbon cable, don't they? It's round.
Can't you just split the wires and wrap them?
Sure, probably. But then you were talking about me doing it. And that's where the problems arise. Because I'd end up screwing it up somehow.
Well, it was a thought.
I would short something out or strip something wrong or make something screwed up or something would not be correct.
Well, then it wouldn't be a proper llama string.
Yeah. What else am I missing? I feel like I need another hole on that side. And I can probably do with just one hole on this side. So I think I want to bring it into the bottom. Do I want to bring these into the bottom? Do I have enough oomph? Instead of bringing them into the side. I don't know. I don't mind throwing it in the side, I guess. Thinking about making it just a little bit bigger too, because I hate being all the wires all crunched in there.
Yeah, they don't make room for American-sized fingers in there.
Yeah, well, that's why I made that one so big, but I kind of made it too big. But I really think I should make this one bigger too. This is not a lot of room right here on the bottom or along the side.
Look a little tight.
Well, this is bigger than like every other, like the Perugias and stuff. Because the biggest thing I have is I'm holding it a lot off the back. It's spaced up off the floor of it. And I was thinking that some of the thermistor wires and stuff I could actually run behind the board. That's why it's up like, I think, what did I do that at? I wish it would let me select a face like I always want. And then that stupid thing would hide. How high did I make it? 12 millimeters, which is a lot. So that gives me a lot of space where I could literally run wires behind the board. Like even with the plug, I should be able to slide the plug and everything for like the thermistors and limit switches, the limit switches and stuff like that. I should be able to just run behind the board. That way they're not out in front being tangled up with everything else. I hope. Because the biggest mess is like the Z motor and stuff. The Z motor, I got that splitter on it that I did make myself, and it actually works. But it is kind of big and bulky because I'm not great at soldering, so I made everything a little big and long, and it's kind of obnoxious. But it does work, so I'll give myself that one. And I think I want to space it off the frame. So what do I need to put in here? Some holes. That's what I need. Top. I can close that out so I have more space. So those two are there. That one's there. What else? The fan. I want the fan in here. I need to put a fan hole. What got moved?
Yeah, just hit capture position. It won't hurt you. It's good for it.
Nothing should have moved. Why was it moving stuff? I didn't move anything. I didn't want anything moved. Oh well. I'll figure it out. There's no movement thing in the timeline, so it went away. All right. So a fan is 40 millimeters. 40. But the actual mounting crap is a different size, and I can never remember. It's like...
You can pull in a 40-40-10 fan from McMaster Car.
Yep, I could. Or quicker, I could just measure it. $31.9. I bet it's actually 32. At least that'll be close enough. Yeah, 32. So I do this, and I come out. Wait a minute, how's that possible? That can't be right. I was going to say that can't be right. I didn't zero out my little calipers.
Yeah, mine drips sometimes. I hate that.
No, it's still 32. How is that possible? Isn't this supposed to be 40 millimeters? Oh, because it's inside of it. That's right. No, that is right. Escape. I need a square boxy from the center. From the center. Because then it'll do it. Yep, 32. 32 tab 32. And that puts my little mountain holes where I want them. And let's bring the lid back because I'm going to want that. Oh, and then I just screwed up my box because I didn't enter it. 32, tab 32. Turn. then I can draw my little escape, make this thing in construction so it doesn't screw with me, make these things. I want it like 4 is good. Okay. I wish it would let me select them all and do equal.
Yeah, I hate that.
It used to. I remember back in the beginning it did. Like I could select that as the key and then just select as many stupid little circles as I wanted to, and it would just make them all the same.
Yeah.
Now you got to sit there and click back 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 and whack! Oh crap! Dimension. Let's see. Dimension this to this is what? 25. Dimension this. This is escape. 8. That was 25. I don't remember how big I made this box.
The thing I liked about Unigraph,
27. So if I make it 26,
I could create a parameter by picking the 2 corners of the box, and it would become a parameter, and it would stay associative to whatever I did on the model unless I destroyed it.
yeah, you can do all that. It just becomes confusing to me. I should start using it because it actually makes it less confusing in the long run. But let's see. We have it at 50, so I'm going to go 52 and shift it away a little more, even though I probably shouldn't. But I want it away from the tables. Escape. I want to put a hole right here somewhere. Doesn't matter where. About 6 millimeters for the wire to go through. Let's lock it in place just with any old random number. 20 sounds good. And we'll lock it this way off of this side, since that's the side I'm using for everything. We'll go 79 sound good. Let's just go an even 80. Okay. I want that. And that. That, and that, and that. And we'll let me select that, and that, and then go to solid, and then go to here, and then bring the lid for a second. I'll go to this face, and then bring the lid back. So make sure it cuts through it, and done. Okay, let's go away. Oh crap! I didn't start in the frickin'. I didn't click this little checkbox. I hate that. And I don't really like this. I don't mind it being part of the lid. I don't mind having to take the 2 screws out of the lid to get the lid off and using the fan to help hold the lid into place. But I don't like where they're positioned. So let's go back to this sketch, which I wish they'd let me just drag it. Will it? Can I drag it down into there?
Yeah, I think you can.
Just tell it to go down in here. No, it won't let me. It'll go above it, but it won't let me go into it.
The solid bodies work. I think you can drag those.
Yeah, but now the sketch is sitting here. I mean, it doesn't really matter because there's only the one item, but edit sketch. So I want to make this go that way a little bit. So I will make it go 26. Let's make it go. Oh, how far should I go? 30? That might be a little too much.
28.
Yeah, I don't really. 28, I think, is still too close. 28. Yeah, because that leaves this area still kind of weak here. Right along. Why won't it let me select that body? It's acting weird. I guess that's not bad. How far is this off of this? It's only 8 millimeters off. The board is 12 millimeters off the back plate. There's 2 or 3 millimeters of thickness of the back part of the box. So we're about 10 or 11. So that'll be pulling air from up the back just a little bit in theory. I don't know about reality, but in theory. So I guess that's not bad. Because then the actual board is like right here. You know, it'd be right in this area. So this bottom part of the fan should be, in theory, pulling some air from behind the board. Right? Am I wrong? Am I right? I mean, I'm just guessing, so.
No, you sounding right.
I don't want to put them all in the base. There's a reasoning behind my madness. I use the fan to help hold the lid into place.
Mr. B wants you to put it all on the bottom of the box.
I know he does. I don't want the fan at the bottom of the box, and I want it. And I want it to help hold the lid. I want it pulling the hot air from the top. Heat rises. So if you put the fan at the top, it pulls the heat, heat out of the box. I don't want to be pushing air into the box. I want to be pulling air out of the box. Finish sketch.
Mr. B is suggesting that you make the area around the fan part of the box and notch out the lid.
I want it part of the lid. It helps hold the lid on. Helps hold the lid in place. And it also makes it so it pulls off. It's all about the height of the where the fan flows over the board. There's multiple reasons. I don't want it just on the bottom section of the box. I know it sounds crazy, but there is a madness behind my madness.
As long as you're having fun.
Yeah. And like I said, it helps hold the actual lid in place. So I need less guide pins and crap. If that makes sense. There's something else I'm missing. I know there is. And I'll go to print it, and then I'll mount the hole. Oh, the actual mounting holes. Duh!
That'll come in handy.
Yeah. I mean, I have just taken a drill and punched holes in it wherever I want.
There's always blue tape.
Yeah, blue tape doesn't really hold this.
I know.
I can hold the lid on with blue tape. Still thinking this is too much airflow right here. It's going to draw too much and not let these work as well. I don't care. I think it'll be fine. So I have to put the mounting holes in there somewhere. Let's put a hole. Not that big of a hole. Why is it? I wish it would default to something you use on a regular basis. It just randomly comes up with a number.
Yeah, it kind of keys off the last size hole you used.
This is nowhere near anything I've ever used. It never does anything I use. It's weird. I want 5.5. 80. Let's get rid of that. And reference it off of here. I want to go 10. And off of here, I'll just go, I don't know. I don't remember how long I made this thing, but we'll do 20. So I can clear everything. And that looks okay. Sure it does. And then let's put another one here. And you know what? Command Z, Command Z. Don't want either one of them because I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning. And I'm going to put, I'm thinking about putting like stud offs for the mounting instead of trying to mount it flat to this face. For one, I'm going to be printing on the Llama Core, and I don't think it's perfectly square anymore. I think one of my belts slipped. So if I make that box square, it's going to try and pull the frame square off the tower, or the tower's got to pull it square, or you know what I mean? Where if I put stud offs on, it doesn't pull as much. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I think I'm gonna.
How's the weather out your way, Mr. B? Is it still kind of cool out there, or did all that mess pass by?
Let's do something like corner start. And let's do 20 because it's 20 millimeters. And let's just do 20/20 because it's a piece of 20/20. And we'll do the same thing down here somewhere. Not quite at the bottom. 20/20. And we'll dimension it off here, a set amount of, make it an even 8. And let's dimension it off of here, a set amount. I'm going to want more than that because then this will be all in the way and everything. Let's go 15. Finish sketch. And the sketch is all the way. Whoops, I don't want that. Why won't it let me select that? I hate that. Let me select that. It's just obnoxious. Stop that crap. I mean, the one in front that I'm currently working on is the one it should try and select. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, it's kind of funny that way. It depends on where you put the cursor.
It's gotten worse. It never used to do that. Let's just do like a 3 millimeter bump off. And then
after that cold air goes through, Mr. D, you should get a nice warm up.
do this and do it. Oh, and you used to be able to select the edges beforehand, and now you can't select the edges beforehand. So I have a habit of selecting them and then trying to use the tool. And now you got to select the tool and then select all the edges, which is really annoying to me. What did I do? 3? Do 3. Oh, not 30. 3. Yeah, that'll work. That kind of pads it off the frame a little bit. Do the same thing here, but let's go back to here so I can use my push pulls and all of that crap the same. So can I do it right in the corner here? Can I get to it? Will anything be in the way? Kinda. Let's do it just a little off. $20. Did I just do 2? Yep. 20. Turn. And then do another one over here. And this one. Oops, corner. I think I will do right in the corner. 20, 20. Actually, I think I have to pull these separately. But then I can use the 3. But then I can do this. And then this. But then I can edit this and add that one. And that one. that one. You really need to like change the color combos too. That one. That one. And that one. Okay then. That gives me a little standoff to the frame. And now I'm actually going to put the hole on the inside, right there. And I'm going to tell it I want 10 millimeters off of that. And I want it 10 millimeters off of that. And I want to do this. And I want it to do however thick it's got to be to go all the way through. Is it going all the way through? I don't think it is. Make sure it goes all the way through. And oh, I don't want it off of that. I want it. Which reference did I do wrong? Damn it. What did I do? Screwed up. There. And I want 10 millimeters off of that. 10. And I want 10 millimeters off of that. 10. I used the chamfer's edge, not the actual structural edge that I originally did my 2020 on. All right. So I want this to be 9 because that's the size of the cap of the head. Oops, not 9D, but 9. And I want it to be 1. Actually, I want it to go 2, so it sinks right in. And 5.5. Good. That way the head sinks right in, but I got plenty of material because I got all this build out. Right? Great. So let's do another one right here. And I want it 10 millimeters off of that. 10. And I want 10 millimeters off of that. 10. That should copy everything over. Correct? 2, 9, 5.5. Yep.
Yeah, it'll stay the same.
Yeah. As long as I keep using it at that point. The minute I restart, though, it screws it all up. And once again, do 10. 10. And it should be okay. Why didn't that look right? Well, I guess it is. It was just the angle I was looking at it. That's definitely in the center of that. Let's do one more, and we're done with those. And of course, it has to do it off the edge for some stupid freaking reason. And off of this edge, 10. And off of this edge, 10. Done. Okay. Alrighty then. What the hell is that noise? You're making all kinds of noise, man.
Printer's running. I got 2 of them going.
Yeah, it's like weird though. Like all of a sudden it makes really funny noises. You can make a flange around the fan to hold the lid. Yeah, but I don't want to make a flange around the fan to hold the lid. I want the fan to hold the lid. I don't know why. I just do. Leave it alone, Buttram. Crap. It just looks cool. And it makes me happy. So leave it alone, Butreon.com. I do think I want to put like little study things in here. Save.
Good morning, Robert. How you doing out there?
What is up, Robert? I like the idea of the fan holding the lid. I know you think it's crazy, and it probably is. But then when have I ever done anything smart?
Good morning, Michael. How you doing today?
Crap.
Puttering around the house. That sounds like fun.
Okay, now all I need now is lid mount, and I can actually print the base. We can do the lid later. Because I know I've screwed something up. Something won't line up or won't be right or, something along those lines.
If at first you don't succeed, print again.
If at first I don't succeed, screw it up 4 more times. What size are those nuts? I believe they were like 7 millimeters or something funky like that. I think I need a new set of calipers. 5.4. What? Oh yeah, they're just M4s. They're only M3s. So if I do 5.6 right here, do another sketch. And right here, I want to do polygons. I want to do circumference polygon. What is half of 5.6? 5.7. 2.5.
5.6, 2.8. So what'd you find, Robert? Anything good?
2.8. That ain't right. I wish they'd let you do like total width on polygon, but that's 5.6. Close. Finish sketch. How big did I make those holes? Did I make those things way too big? I'm thinking I did.
They look kind of big.
They are kind of big. $5.25. That's too big. I want 4.25. And I want this actually 3. No, you know what? I'm going to leave it at 2. I got to do all of these because if I remember when I was starting this, I just did them all individually. What the hell? 4.25. Why is it doing that? What is all that crap? Something, did I not enter something? Oh, that's what I did. I started editing that. 2.5, let's make it. Smaller stud, but much smaller hole. 4.25. 2.5. $4.25. 2.5. I'll probably screw something up I did. 4.25. 2.5, 2.5. Finish sketch. Go all the way to the end and let's see how many things crash. Nothing. Nothing crashed. What's up with that? That ain't right.
All right, that's a good line. 2 Titan extruders. Are you doing a bare build from parts, or are you taking apart a Prusa?
What did we say it was? 2.6? 2.8? 2.8, right?
6 half is 2.8.
Yeah. I remember when it used to remember what I was doing too and just let me do it again over and over and over. 2.8. Why isn't it locked? I lock it onto the hole. Why is it not?
Because if you go to geometric constraints and make the vertical line vertical, it'll lock it in.
What, just one of these?
Blue, there's still something that the computer doesn't know, and that's the weakest angle.
That's pretty cool. Yep. I did not know that. I'd always wondered about that. Now I get it. That makes sense.
That's what I'm here for.
Learn something new. Every day. I do. Want that. They really need to redo their colors. It gets confusing when it. The biggest thing I don't like is they like the constraints all black now, and their dimensions are all black. And sometimes the dimension lines are over the constraint lines, and you can't tell which one's which. And I really wish they'd like change one, like the dimension lines like a green or a blue or a red or something.
Move the dimension.
Huh?
Move the dimension.
Yeah, but sometimes you can't. Like you never know where it is. If you're doing a really complicated item, sometimes the dimension lines overrun and they look like each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you zoom in close enough, you'll see the difference.
1.5 should be good. Hopefully negative.
I got 2.5 S's I turned into bears.
How much crappity crap do I have here? Where's my section analysis? This one. I want to go this way. Oh, there's plenty of material there.
I made one of them real tall, Robert. I used the Zerabo 420 motors with the integral screw and made it 400 something tall.
So this, I can actually go even deeper. Edit feature. I can go negative 2.5. And that will hold my nuts in place because I need something to hold my nuts in place. Crap.
What I like about the Bear, Robert, is that it does work great, but it's so easy to attach accessories. Camera mounts, custom boxes, LEDs, all that stuff. It's so easy to attach to those extrusions. The frame is really stiff. It won't shake. Like the Prusa flat plates will shake a little bit. That's what I like about the Bear.
Let's see. I'm gonna leave that. I was gonna change it, but I'm not gonna.
What color Bear frame did you get, Robert?
Hey, Michael. Not watching chat if you guys haven't noticed. So now all I need to do is put some kind of guide / mounts for the lid to screw to the box.
Yeah, weren't you going to put a little channel in there? Oh, that's going to be in the lid, right?
Yeah, I'll put some lips, but I still need to put like some kind of screwy something to screw to.
Got any
Something
magnet?
to
Why don't
screw
you
to.
make it a magnetic lid?
Huh?
Make it a magnetic lid.
Yeah, that like has to have magnets and stuff, which I don't have.
I do a lot of stuff with magnets.
I don't have magnets, so doing the magnetic lid is, kind of counterproductive. I'm really not too worried about the lid, other than I gotta make the mounts for it now if I'm going to print the base. I'd like to just print the base today, but if I'm going to make any mounts in the base to hold the lid, I got to do them now.
What color are you going to make the printed parts, Robert?
I really don't need this there. In all reality, this could be moved over, or this one could be moved up.
I got one green frame and one silver bear frame.
Sketch. Let's do this like 30. Move it way up the frame.
I did a green on green printer, and I did a silver frame with.
Of course, it's right up there. And that one's lined up with that, which is going to make it really difficult to get to the wrench in there.
Then you're going to do that atomic carbon fiber in black.
Let's do this. 15 again. Do this one like 15. That should kick it away from those studs. Just enough. Yep. I'm almost thinking I should get rid of one of these and just have one like just slightly this side of off middle. I think I'm gonna. That way I can get to it easier.
You don't really have a lot of strain relief for the cables on that box, do you?
That's what these are.
How do you attach the cable?
I use the I have the split loom. Split loom snaps right into this.
Oh, okay.
This is like a millimeter smaller than the diameter of split loom.
So
the little ribs in the split room snap right into that.
Yeah, so it's a press fit.
Yeah, and when you put the lid on it, I'm actually in the lid. I'm gonna fill this void with the lid. The lid's actually gonna have like a
I got you.
Little tooth here, arcing. That's gonna clamp the cable into place. Either that, or I was actually thinking about, instead of doing it as a lid, I was gonna do it like a TPU, like slide in plug, so I can build it all and have it all positioned, and the lid doesn't need to be there right away.
Custom squishy grommet.
Yeah, just to make it, for one, it'll seal the hole so there's no airflow, so the fans are all pulling in, my designated hot spots, and just makes it hold. Because the one thing I noticed, I actually put it, the one I have now, I put the hole right in the middle of the lid, so the lid, just it was around and round. It wasn't an elongated slot like this. And the problem is they don't stay in place while I'm trying to get the lid on.
Yeah.
So having it deeper, I made these a little bit smaller so they clamp it a little tighter. And hopefully they'll stay in position while I'm waiting to put the lid on, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
I know I'm forgetting something besides just the lid mounts. And where do I want to put the lid mount? Let's see, board. Where's my analysis, sketches, origins? Where's the thing on the canvas? Where would be the best places to put some kind of screw to mount it? Probably right in this corner where there's pretty much nothing on the board. Which you really don't need if I'm using the fan. And then down in this bottom corner somewhere, right around here. Or right here.
Same problem I got, Robert. You got to get a spot to work on and build printing.
One here. I don't use this, so that doesn't matter. That's for the touchscreen. I can put one right here and one right here. And that really should be enough for the lid as long as I put guide pins in here so it lines all up to the rest of the case. Which, I like that idea. Okay then. So, make a sketch here. Why does it do that spinny, frickin' annoying thing? Never let stays in the orientation you're working in. It always spins it the minute you go to make a crap.
It goes to a sketch plane.
I know, but it spins it when you're looking at one orientation or another already. Kind of annoying. So if I put it slightly diagonal and I go like this, and I say 20-ish, what's the wrong one? 10, 20. I say 6. And enough of a grab hold. Yeah, it should be. Make it 7. Not going to be in the way of anything? Probably, but not terribly. Turn. Dimension. Escape. And it's still got that selected B. I'm going to go off of here to here. Make it an even 42. Put that down. Works for me. Well, let's do one over here, right about here. And I need to project this face. So I'll walk onto it. I said, okay, go away. Do the corner, do this thing, do it right around here. I want it corner, select, and 7 tab 20. Sure. And dimension it. For some reason I think something's not going to be right here. Make it even 42. That gives me kind of a structurally sound thing because it's not right in the corners, but it's not leaving me. All I need is the 2. Yep, that should work.
Any more news from Jim at the Edge of Tech yesterday?
I haven't looked. I can't imagine there's a whole lot. How far down do I want to go? And what's it going to hit? And what's going to be in the way? Yeah, all right. How far down did I go? An even 10. 10. And then let's How do I select that edge back here? They keep saying you can select through it, but it never lets me select through it.
What function are you trying to do? You got to pick the
I
function.
want to select this corner edge that's back right there behind this. You can sort of see it there.
Tell it what you're going to do first. Pick chamfer or something.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yep, that was it.
Yeah, there you go.
I knew there was something that I was missing. And if I do 7, I could leave that perfect, so I don't need any supports. And then let's put the lid back on. Let's work on the lid here. I want to project that.
That's the way it goes with every garage cleaning, Robert. You got to move the same stuff 6 times.
And I want to project that, and that, and that, and that. Okay. And then I want to put a small hole. And I'm just going to put a hole. Here. Look at the top. And what should I do? An M3? Sure. 3.5. And dimension. This is 10. That should be perfect. And off of this should be 3.5. But I'm actually going to go a little less. I'm going to go 3.25. So it's a little farther out, which is probably not the best thing I'm going to do, but that gets it off of. Actually, no, I want to go in a little. Yeah, we'll leave it at 3.5, so it's in the middle of it. Screw it. And do the same thing over here. Do a 3.5, 3.5. Switching. 10. How did it know that already? And 3.5. 3.5. Done.
What are you going to do? Try square nuts in there or just tap the plastic?
Huh?
You going to put square nuts in there or are you going to tap the plastic?
I haven't decided yet. That's 5 minutes from now, man. Stop rushing me. Oh, crap. And I want it to go all the way down and through to wherever. Let's make the lid hide. So I don't need it to go quite that far, but I need to go about that far at least. Put the lid back so it actually cuts it. And okay. Let's get rid of the lid. That leaves me those. Let's get rid of that sketch and that sketch and that sketch. Let's get rid of the canvas so I can just see the box. And normally I would inset like a lock nut in there and just glue it into place. That'd be kind of a pain in the butt to do from underneath there. I mean, that's what I'll do here with these. I have lock nuts that size. I'll glue them right into the frame. I won't even use a regular nut. I use lock nuts with any of that crap when I can.
Yeah, I like them lock nuts.
I think I might do that right here in the fan too. Let's save this in progress because I'm about done. It's after 10. I don't think I'll be printing this today because I'm just burnt out and it needs more before I actually print it.
What's on the agenda today?
Oh, dealing with my mother. Send your feedback. When the hell did they start? How did you
I've never seen that.
Yeah. They said they were going to start doing this. Just go the frick away. Close. I hate it when it's one of the few things I don't like about Fusion is the whole I saved it, which it should have uploaded when I saved, and then you go to quit and it's like, oh, we're still uploading. It's like, you should have done that already, you pain in my butt.
It's got to transmit over the web, so it takes a minute sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. It's just, for one, I think it should just save to your drive. And then upload whenever it can, not when it wants to.
You can save that to your computer.
Oh, I know. I actually have it, so it saves all my files locally. But it still wants to upload to the cloud right then. It's like, wait, I have the file here on my drive. Blah, blah, blah. The next time I fire it up, then upload it all to the cloud. Don't do it at the end. Do it at the beginning when it's not screwing with, you know what I mean? That way I'm not waiting for it to quit. Anyway, on that note, it's time to dose up on some Tylenol and Advil and crap. And I got to go down and deal with my mother for the next freaking 4 hours.
How's your knees today?
Huh?
How's your knees today?
All right. It's just, my mother has a doctor's appointment. And they don't want her coming in. They want to do it virtually.
Oh, boy.
And my mother doing anything virtually is just going to make my life miserable. For one, she just never shuts up. You guys think I talk a lot. You should hear my mother. She just never shuts the hell up.
What are you drinking there?
Some kind of cheap crap juice. I think it's cranberry black cherry.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It is. Problem is, you know, they say it's 100% natural, and then you read the ingredients. Yeah, it's all natural sugar and, you know, additives. It's an all natural additive, but there's still a boatload of additives into it.
All natural artificial color.
Yeah. 100% all natural chemicals. They're 100% real chemicals.
What time is Mom's appointment today?
I think it's at 12:30 or 1 o'clock, but you got to pre-do it all. And I actually loaded it all up and did the website and signed her all in yesterday to make sure it would all work. But now they want you to pre-test the video and all that crap.
And then they ask you about 4 million questions.
Yeah, no, it's not that bad because I actually did it before when my father first got sick. Because when he first got in the home and the hospital and everything here in Connecticut now is Yale. I mean, like everything is tied into Yale. So even when he was in the home and they were using the home doctors instead of his regular, you know, the rest home doctor instead of the regular doctor, they were both getting the reports through this MyChart. So basically, no matter what hospital he goes to or whatever, I have access to all of his medical information in one spot. You know, CAT scans, you could actually see the CAT scan. You know, you could look at like little digital copies of it. They're not very accurate, but it's actually kind of a cool setup. Other than nobody ever reads it because it's an information overload. So come to find out, like the doctors and nurses were just never even reading it because it's just every little, you know, they gave him a Tylenol at 9 o'clock in the morning. You know, it's like a 5-page thing of why. And but anyway, it's actually pretty easy to access once you get it set up. It took me like 4 hours yesterday getting it set up. They ask you 8,000 billion freaking questions. Most of them stupid. What's your first dog's name that lived past the year 5 and was born in Australia? It's like, I don't have a dog like that. I can't answer that question. I mean, there's literally some of the questions, I don't even remember what they were, but some of them, like, how does anyone answer these? You just can't. I had to get them on the phone and be like, there's no way my mother's going to answer that. She doesn't know. And finally, it was funny. I got him on the phone. I went through, like, I don't know, the 20 steps. Finally, this lady went, you know what? Here. She emailed me a link on my phone. It's like instant access. All I had to do was enter like this like 15-letter code and then her birthday, and boom, it auto-loaded everything off of their information. I was like, why didn't we do that from the beginning?
They want to torture you first.
Well, the biggest problem is, I'm not her, and I'm trying to do it. So they're trying to make sure, I'm not trying to steal somebody else's medical information BS. And, I get on the phone with the nurses and the doctors. They all know me there. They know my mother. They're like, we don't want to talk to your mother here. We know who you are. Here's all the information you need.
They don't want to spend the rest of the day on the phone, huh?
Oh, God. Dude, she is so bad. And I mean, this is not old lady thing. This is her life. She's always been like that. I mean, I do it too, but I know I do it and catch myself. Everybody does it. Everyone wanders off in a conversation now and again. She and she talks about 18 different subjects in like 3 seconds. And you're all supposed to know what the hell she's talking about. I mean, she can literally start a sentence talking about some great aunt that I've never met in my life. And by the end of the sentence, we should all know what she's talking about. And she's talking about my brother. It's like, how did you... Wait, huh?
How did we get here?
I don't get her sometimes. Anyways, I got to go deal with that because it's 10 o'clock. I'm pretty sure it's in a couple hours, so I want to test the connection and all that. I might have to bring her up here because I don't know if the Wi-Fi is going to be strong enough to do video all the way down in the basement.
Well, I'm going to work on a couple of printers today and work on the job I got yesterday.
A couple of printers? How many do you have? I thought you only had 1 or 2.
No, I got like 10.
Oh, you freaking scumbag. That's too many. Send me 1 or 2. Really pissing me off is like, you get these guys like Chris Riley and all that, and he deserves everything he's got. It's awesome for him, and he's freaking guy's great. But he's got like 20 printers down there that are just like sitting there half built that he just gave up on, and I keep going, dude, just send them to me.
Yeah.
I'll pay for the freaking shipping so they don't just rot. He's like, well, they're this and that and the other. Have you not seen what I do? I love taking those pieces of crap and making them work. I mean, look at that thing. That thing actually works really freaking well now.
To me, that's fun.
And that was the worst piece of crap printer I've ever seen when I got it.
Puttering them, modifying them, that's the fun.
Yeah, well, for me it is. I'm not into just sitting there and letting it print. One of them's printing because I don't want to just print dust collectors that sit in the shelf. All these little, I mean, they're gorgeous, like the Photosmith and Wexter's, all his little, and I've got a couple. I mean, I printed a few little minis, but I can't just sit there and print this crap all day. There's no point in it. And I will on occasion print one that's cool or fun, but I just can't have the crap sitting around.
I don't like printing artwork. I like printing things that make stuff that's useful.
Yeah, I don't mind artwork. I do like a lot of vases. I actually like vases because I just think they look cool. But even that, it's like I've got a shelf full of them, and like it hasn't been so much lately. But my nieces and nephews and stuff will show up, and I'm like, "Here, take some of these." They're like, "Oh, don't you want it?" It's like, if I want it, I'll print another one. Here, take this. I can't stand cluster.
Hey, the Viking's here. Good morning, Viking.
Yeah, he was supposed to be in the actual video, and here it is. He just shows up, and we're leaving. We're getting ready to close it down, Viking. Start your own. There you go, Viking. Start your own so I can come in and watch it after I get stressed out dealing with my mother. Because she will stress me out. That is a guarantee. I just took Tylenol and crap, didn't I? So I don't remember what drugs I took. Thank God it's on video. I can go back and look.
Did a Tylenol and an Advil.
What voltage is this one? Can't read it without my glasses. Oh, this is the one I took apart. This is the 12 volt. I wish I could 3D print a body for this. I just don't think I can do it.
What is it?
It's a fan. But the way they're all, the way they're built, I don't think I can accurately, because me and Robbie Mack we're talking about doing them so we could like take these ugly brown bodies from from the Nocturas and like make them colors and do stuff with them. But like the little magnets in here and all of that, I just don't think. And there's a little like air bushing right here. That's just a nylon bushing, but it actually sits on a magnet and it's floating. It's kind of a bizarre thing. I think it's actually pretty cool. And a little armature and everything. I don't have the patience for that. But I wish somebody would, because I think you can. I think you could 3D print one of these, like with a resin printer, not just an FDM. I think you can get a resin printer accurate enough to print one of those and make it colored or clear, or because brown is freaking ugly. They chose the ugliest, nastiest blah color to make their fans out of.
They are distinctive.
Yeah, but ugly.
But ugly distinctive.
Poopy pants fans. Our fans are poopy color because we make poopy fans. Like I really like the Sun-Ons, but they're a little loud. They're not terrible, but they are kind of loud. They're not as quiet as the Nocturas. And if you go to this double width, it's more than enough airflow. If you go to the regular ones, it's not, but the double width ones push enough air.
So that's what, 40 by 40 by 20?
Yeah. Yep. That's all I'll use from Noctura. I won't use the little 10 millimeter thick ones because they don't push enough air.
I like the printer noise. Printer noise puts me to sleep.
Oh, I can't stand it. The only bad about them being quiet is like when they do a super fast movement and you hear, everything's like bzzz, the nice hum. I was like, real loud. That's what makes me go, what's wrong? Or now you just like when the spool rolls, it's sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear the spool go, you're like, what the hell's wrong? Because everything else is so quiet, and all of a sudden makes a noise. Yeah, no, I can't stand the freaking loud fan noises, printer noises. And the funny thing is everyone says 24 volt makes Noctura or TMC's quieter. That is my loudest printer, and that's 24 volt. That's 12 volt, and it's definitely quieter. And that's 12 volt, and it's definitely quieter. And not just the fans. We're talking the actual motor movements. Now, again, it could be something I have in a setting, but I haven't set it up the same. These are both 2208s. This is 24 volt. That's 12 volt. It's the only difference. And yet this one motor, actual motor movement is louder than it is on that one. Yeah, no, I don't. Noise annoys me. I'm a very light sleeper. And the littlest thing wakes me up. Like, I wake up to the raccoons out in the yard. And they just do their little clicky noise. I don't know if you ever heard a raccoon. They make that kind of clicky. It's almost like a cat purr, but a click. They wake me up. If the windows are open, I hear them raccoons. What's up, 3D Maker Kid? Just in time for us to kill the stream. What T-shirt is he getting?
Probably a Viking T-shirt.
I don't have a Viking T-shirt. He's gonna. I want a Viking T-shirt. No.
Cost them $300 to send it to you.
It depends. Like, what's his name won one of my T-shirts when I had the contest and I was giving away one or two. It wasn't that expensive to send it over to him. I thought they were made in Europe. They're not. They just charge you extra shipping. But it was only like $10 to ship the T-shirt over, which is still extraordinary. But considering the whole T-shirt was only $13 and another $10 just to ship it, but whatever. What's the best way to import a whole layout for an electronics board in Fusion? I don't know, but literally just yesterday, if you go onto YouTube, Autodesk did their own, like, how to use the electronics stuff in Fusion. There's like a whole, like, 2-hour live stream / lesson on just using the electronics end of Fusion. So maybe go watch that because that might be in it. Have you been watching all those Fusion videos lately coming out?
I don't really watch them.
I don't watch them, but I kind of get notifications and, watch for them to see if there's one I want to watch because there's so much crap. Yeah, DT Mesh. There he is right there. He got my T-shirt.
Yeah, I can pretty much do whatever I want on Fusion.
I still watch them on occasion if it's something that I do regularly because a lot of times they'll have something or just a new way of going about how I'm doing it and go, that might be better. I like watching those on occasion because they're usually pretty short too. They're under an hour. Oh my God, they're putting out like 4 a day now.
Jeez.
Well, the other thing is I didn't realize until I started getting the notifications. They're doing them in multi-language. Like last night, there was 3 of them. One in French, one was in Italian, and another one was. And they're all different guys doing different things. One was mechanics, and one was. But they're doing them all over the world now, not just English ones, which is kind of cool in a way when you think about it. That they're not just catering to us stuck-up Americans. Little angry war cocky. I'm a green angry war cocky. I have Space Claim. I have no idea what Space Claim is.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I probably can show you one just by showing you my emails. Because there's probably another one that popped up in the last hour. YouTube, Uncle Jesse, Daniel Noré, and 3D Printing Nerd, all 3 of them. But no. Yeah, just do Autodesk. Go to Autodesk or Fusion or I don't.
Yeah, they're easy to find.
Yeah, the problem is there's a lot of them that aren't part. I like the ones that are part of Autodesk themselves, where they back it. There's a lot of guys I've seen that do, Fusion streams. I know Fusion. I do a stream, and have been way off reality. I mean, they're not bad. Yeah, they're listed under the name of Autodesk Fusion 360. So if you do that as a search and do Autodesk's own, have the little F icon and everything. So it's an official. I prefer their official ones. Because those are the guys that actually know what they're doing, generally. And they're like Lars was. They're not perfect and they admit it. But they usually have a, clue of what they're actually doing.
Have you tried Fusion Sheet Metal yet?
I have not. I haven't used any of the off ones except for the old sculpting, which they renamed into something else now. And I haven't used that in a while either.
Yeah, 3D Maker Kid. Lars doesn't do all that much for me. He buzzes through it or he's too slow.
Yeah, it's a hard time finding what you're looking for with him. I mean, they're fun to watch. I used to watch them just to watch them and play along. But honestly, the best ones I found, if you go up in Fusion while you have the app open, there's a little question mark up in the right hand corner. You click on that, there'll be tutorials, and they're all like 3 to 5 minutes long. And they tell you exactly what you need to know, nothing more. They're short, they're sweet, they're about a certain feature, and that's it. Those are the best tutorials. That's how I learned Fusion. 90% of what I learned. I watched all kinds of everyone's like, go here, go there, pay for. There was a bunch of pay tutorials back in the day. I think there still is. I did one for like a week. You know, you got the free week. I was like, this is terrible. It's confusing me more than it's helping me. And I found those original Autodesk, little short. Most of them are like 3 minutes. They're like, here we are. Here's the feature. You want to use this or do that. This is how you do it. Boom, done. And they just tell you, and that's that. They tell you what the tool does or the feature does, how to use it in general purposes, and that's it. No BS, no personal issues, no crap. Yeah, that's the other thing. All the ones from Autodesk, if you go right into the app, they usually have like a little, pop-up window that tells you what all the shortcuts are as they're doing stuff too. I don't like the ones where the guy just uses the shortcut and then doesn't tell you what it is, or they're operating real fast. Because I use shortcuts, but it takes me a while. Like I still don't use as many as I probably should, because I can never remember them all. My problem is I use so many different apps, and they all have different shortcuts. That like the Mac shortcuts or the Windows shortcuts, I usually know that are general across every app. The OS shortcuts, but program individual shortcuts I usually forget. I have a hard time remembering them.
Well,
Where to get electronics for the open RC boat? Bonafide replica helmet. I don't care about that. Today in 3D printing. So Joel's going to turn into a 3D printing news.
Fusion shortcuts are usually right in the menu you click on, and then they'll have a letter with an underline.
Yeah, but I just never remember them because, again, they're, one day I'm using Fusion, the next day I'm using ZBrush Core, the next day I'm using Affinity Designer, one day, then the next day I'm using Final Cut Pro. Everything has a different shortcut set up, and you just can't remember them all. I just can't. Open, copy, paste, all of those I remember, but the only thing that's really pissing me off right now is Kensington freaking screwed up the control panel to my mouse. So a lot of I have shortcuts programmed into my 2 buttons. Like I can open by clicking the buttons in a certain way, I can get different shortcuts to open in Fusion. And I can't do it anymore because the damn control panel ain't working. I mean, the mouse still works and buttons still work, but I can't program the button controls right now. Because they broke something, or I broke something. Wouldn't be surprised if I did something or added something. I have a feeling the Wacom tablet and the Kensington control panel are conflicting. I have the Wacom tablet too with all kinds of shortcut programs and do it too. Anyway, on that note, I got to get off of here.
Good luck with the virtual.
For half an hour now.
Nice chatting with everybody today. Hope you all have a good day.
Yeah, it is. It's different. I'm not sure I'm going to like it or not. I don't know. Some of it seems a little far-fetched or boring. It got a little boring on the first one, I think. Some of the items. I mean, it was cool. I shouldn't say that. I don't know. We'll have to ride it out and see. It's kind of turned it into a news channel for that episode. I mean, it's not just him, because he'll still do his regular stuff, I'm sure. I'm just tired of listening to the news. To be honest with you. no matter what it's about. I don't even turn the news on anymore. I haven't turned the actual news on other than for weather. I watch the weather and I shut it right the hell off. Matter of fact, it's funny with the DVR now. I'll turn the TV on and like go to the bathroom and make my coffee and all of that. Then I'll come back up and I'll fast forward or rewind the live stream from the news channel to the weather, watch the weather, and then shut it off. I don't even watch any of the news waiting for the weather anymore.
Good luck in the garage, Robert.
Oh, I gotta work in my garage today too. That ain't gonna happen. All right, I'm ending it later, guys. It's been fun. It's been real fun.